the journals and the diaries. We'll start writing. We'll start.
You know how to address a letter to anybody if the mail service shuts all the way, you know? And I mean, like, if the internet shuts down, like, we know how to write a letter.
We know how to go door to door. We know how to go to businesses, ask if they're hiring, fill out a job application.
Man, yo, I bet you, if you try that now, you're going to look creepy as fuck. I bet you. They're going to tell you go online. All of them. Y'all hiring? I don't know. Go online.
I know how to make out a check.
I do too.
That look at me crazy. They're like, Miss, I don't know how to do this.
Oh no, my favorite is when the product is like $4.25 and you give them $5.25 and they don't know what to fucking do. It's like, give me $1.
Yeah, like you give them a $10 bill.
I got all y'all beat, man. My mom, you know my mom, Elise.
Yes.
I had to write. She had this thing they set up for me. I had to write a check to get my allowance.
Bruh, shut the fuck up! I didn't know that.
No, for real. And not like, cause she wanted me to make sure I knew how to use like the checking system. So in order for me to make a withdrawal from my account,
her purse,
right?
Elise.
She had this little kitty checkbook. So talk about balancing a checkbook. I balanced a checkbook for a checking account that didn't exist. How about that one?
Hey, at least you know how to do it.
Oh, I definitely know how to do it. I know how to do it so much that I never want to do it again.
Right. We know how to write in cursive.
Hell yeah, I know how to write in cursive. Occasionally, I still do it.
I'll never understand how they just stopped teaching these kids. So it's going to be documents that these kids can't read.
Well, digital signatures. That's what's happening.
That shouldn't even be allowed. Like,
they don't even teach handwriting anymore. They don't teach cursive.
No, they don't.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Like that shouldn't even be allowed.
So here's what's going to happen.
Written off. I think that right there is strategic.
I got a plan.
Guess what, guys? We know how to sound out words because we taught how to sound out a word. These kids don't know how to sound out anything.
We know how to form complete sentences.
We know how to do math that's not common core. So listen, I got a plan though against our grandchildren. We're going to come up with a world dominating plan, but all the plans are in cursive. And they won't know what we're doing.
I say let's do it because I mean they just decide to take cursive out without.
Hold up, they're gonna think that we are senile and lost our minds and put us in a home because we wrote scribbles on a page with a bunch of loops and shit. And they're gonna be, what is this? He's crazy.
That right there to me is being very, very strategic with that. Very strategic.
Then go back to us making slave X's.
To be taught these things. Like you guys have to remember, we are the last generation.
The last ones. That's it. It's over.
Unless we teach our children, they're not going to be taught these things. Sorry, I can't.
But there are definitely things that my parents learned that our generation, the same situation where we just aren't going to be taught these things. We weren't taught these things, and we never have to use it. Now, there's certain things that I know because my parents were really old and they made me learn it just so that I could help them out. But like, she's laughing because she knows. She knows.
Do you remember when it was like Gladys Knight and who was doing the verses and somebody put out a meme that was like, I will not be telling my mom or my grandmother that this is happening because I do not want to be tech support. I want to enjoy this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this Gladys Knight and
the whole thing. The whole time. How?
Patty LaBelle.
Gladys Knight and Patty LaBelle.
What channel is it on?
Oh my goodness.
What channel is it on?
Whoa.
Where's the TV guy?
Do this. Can you do this? Come here. Come put this.
No, my favorite meme right now is the one where it's like Michelle Obama and that one. She's like really pretty and she's like on like Nickelodeon, but she's really creepy. I can't remember her name. She's a little girl. Anyway, it's like when you help your mom set up an email account and now she tells everybody that you fix phones.
Oh shit. I love the one about, like where parents are in awe of the simple shit. Like, you reset the router just by unplugging it and plugging it back in. They think you're like the most computer whiz genius.
Yep.
But that was my mom. My mom was the flip out.
Generation, period.
Right. I helped my grandma navigate a Word document. Like, just typing up a Word.
I got you. It took me 2 hours to get my mom set up on Skype.
She thought I was like the most tech savvy. Oh, how did you do that? I need to go take me one of them classes. What classes, Grandma?
See, right. I tell my mom, just press a button, see what it does, and explore. That's it. That's it. Like, but they don't want to do that. And then, you know what happens? I can tell you, I used to tell my mom, hey,
they
look,
get mad at you for going too fast.
No, here's what happens. They do when my mom does that. She's like, slow down. I'm like, I did 3 things. You need to slow down. But my mom has this knack for getting to places on a computer I've never seen before. Like, if she's left to her own devices and she's clicking on shit, I'd be like, how'd you even get here? What is this? Where are we on the computer system that you got to? What?
Yep. You don't even need to be here. Why are you touching stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandma is on Facebook.
Wow, man.
No. I literally have a message from my mom saying, why won't you add me on Facebook? I said, I don't know who this is because you don't have a picture.
But it's called Facebook.
How do I know it's really you?
Yeah, that's what I told her too. I said, how do I know this is Yelene Huff? You don't have a picture.
Put your face on it.
But somehow, so somebody can steal my identity. I'm like, Grandma.
Right. It's like D.L. Hughley. It's gonna make my light bill go up. I'm gonna put my face on it.
Grandma, they still credit card numbers. They don't steal faces no more. They still credit card numbers. Numbers.
Yo, my mom is so concerned about identity theft on the most simple
that's
stuff.
Something that's definitely gonna change. The idea of identity theft for the simple fact that everything that's anything that we have is out there. Like, there, if you want it real bad, you won't get it. Like,
I tell my mom all the time because she's all about paper, hard copy, my writer check. I'm like, Mom, as soon as they get the paper from you in the mail, they put it on the internet. They put it right there in the system on the internet. That's it. Like,
I still have to explain to my mom
they do all
that when you get onto the computer and get onto your email, that if you get onto a different computer, you do not have to create a new email.
She thinks it's only for that computer?
Yes, she does. Yes.
Okay, all right, you got my mom beat. Damn, okay. All right, so here's a question. Here's a question that's going to show your age now. And it's been something I've been watching and laughing my ass off about. If you were going to make a hand gesture about making a phone call, what would it be? Have y'all seen this?
Yep. We do this.
There we go. All right. So right, that's us.
Right.
Now, when they ask people that are Zoomers in Gen A, when they make a phone call, what's the hand gesture? They go like this.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because you don't hold a phone.
I got you. But you also don't hold a phone like this either.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Like,
yeah, it's the shape of a phone that we grew up with. I got you. Now, first of all, they're confused by the question. Like, our age, we're like, oh yeah, they're right here. Like, hey, yo, call me. Like, bro. But like, saying this to them, like, first their face is like, why would I make a hand gesture about making a phone call? So there's confusion.
Because barely anybody's going to
They don't do that. But then they go like, this?
This is coming from beeper culture, where like you had to go to
Uh-huh.
it in order to answer your beeper.
So all y'all just old like me. Y'all do like this. That's not what they do anymore. That's not it no more. It's this. This is the new hand gesture for phone calls.
So, I just want to get y'all's thoughts on, because we're going to go through another change where we're going, our currency is going to change, where they're going to a cashless society.
I'm with it.
I've already got my stocks in place.
I'm ready to go.
I don't like the idea of it.
Me neither. I don't like the thought of it.
Why not?
Because to me, it's going to be a way that they control everything.
They already do.
They already do control. It's nothing new.
Well, I mean, duh. But they're going to go even further with it.
They don't control everything, by the way.
Like what? Name something.
I'm a server. I don't claim all my tips.
Okay.
So I don't have to. So with this new cashless society, I have to now claim every dollar I make.
You
Where
know,
before
okay,
when I
so
tipped,
I gotta weigh it. Well, I don't.
Credit card. That's
All right.
all. Because
no middleman when it comes to my money like that. Not with
So
every bit of money that I make.
Now they're clocking every dollar, every cent I have as a server.
Also, when as a singer,
I'm just saying.
Oftentimes I'm being paid, your hand to mine.
Cash.
Right.
Right.
So
there's not going to be any more tipping.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that.
Me neither.
So to both of y'all, actually, there is a way around that. Now, I don't know. As a singer, you can definitely do this now. As a server, I don't know if your restaurant's gonna be cool with that. So there's digital tipping, and you can use cryptocurrency to do it. So they have digital tip jars, and what they work is the same way the tip jar would, except for people use their cards instead of using cash. And it comes as a little circular thing, whatever, almost like the square, but the squares are traceable. But this is something different.
I like multiple options.
All right.
I mean, on one hand, I was somewhere, somebody wanted to tip me, they didn't have any cash, so they were able to cash at me. That was cool. But on the other hand, I like that money being in my hand.
Right.
Sound like my mom with her paper checks.
I want my cash in my hand. Then, say something wild comes out my account. Now all my money's gone, and I'm overdrafted, and I have no cash on me now.
All right, that's when you have multiple accounts.
Yeah, no. I want some cash in hand.
Right. You're gonna be that old lady. Your grandkids are gonna be like, yo, grandma.
Yo,
we don't do that no more.
I'm gonna be that auntie.
I'm not saying
cash them $5 and $10 bills to their Cash App.
Brandon, I'm not saying cash only. I'm saying I like the options.
The option's gonna be gone.
Right. Yeah, but that's not fair.
Yeah, but
that's like the gold standard's gone.
Well, here's the thing, though. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
For me, as a server, as in the service industry, we're screwed on that end because we work off of our tips. We work our money. Most places only pay you $2.83 an hour, and everything else is based off of your tips. And I don't get a lot of credit card tips. I get people who like to round up. So if it's $15.39, they want $20. So they will do it for $20. And it's but I did everything. That's not my 20% tip. Where people who carry cash, because they're not clocking their money like they typically do with their credit card, I get more cash tips than I do credit card tipping.
And that's where the digital tip jar comes into place.
People aren't going to do that. People aren't going to want to keep swiping their card. I already have that problem now. I have that problem now. People don't want to keep swiping their card over and over again for this, that, and the third. So for me, the service industry, people are screwed. I mean, I won't be in the service industry too much longer just because this is where I'm working to finish school. But I feel bad for people who are serving because people make their livelihood. I walk out of work, some $400 in straight tips, cash. not anything else. So it's like,
I never understood why servers got paid so little.
All right, so this is an American thing. I mean, there are other countries that do it, but it's really big in America. And other countries look at us like we're stupid. You're right. But employers are like, well, they're getting tips. I don't got to pay them as much for them to make minimum wage. And it's stuck as a culture, and it's retarded.
Well, yeah, because in other countries, the gratuity is already included with your bill, which is why in some countries it's seen as an insult to add a tip on top of whatever is there. But
That's
like,
weird too.
I would think that would have to come with whoever we place in office, and that gets into a topic of conversation we don't need to get into. But like, that's where that would come from. Like, when it comes to your everyday workers, people seems to forget about the retail worker and the service worker because they're the ones who get the short end of the stick. So either the gratuity has to be included in the bill already, so that people who are working in service can get paid like an actual living wage,
so
or
here's
they need
the
to
thing with
increase
that,
where that amount starts.
You ready? You ready where that becomes an issue? Because now, like, my employer is already talking this talk with us. So not only are we paying in our paycheck with our regular paycheck for taxes, now our tips are being taxed. So where I would just get my flat out $400 walking out of work on a night, now that money goes straight into my check where it's taxed. So now I'm being slighted again because I'm being taxed off of what my tip would be to make me whole.
Right.
Gotcha. No, that's sucky. That is. I mean, you know, being paid, I guess, under the table is part of how a lot of people survive.
Right.
I get it. And as a musician, I definitely get what Sherelle's talking about, man. Like, being paid cash or some sort of untraceable thing, whether it's Cash App or whatever, directly to you, not as part of a W-2, W-9s, and all that other stuff. Yeah, that helps. That helps with the bottom line for musicians. It definitely does.
Right.
And so many venues will be fucking around with the tip thing, and we want W-2s and W-9s, and man, no, I don't want to hear all that.
Right.
So what's the final thoughts, guys?
We're the best generation ever, period.
Hey.
In the conversation.
You know what it is? Final thought is, you know, sometimes I feel like going back to pirating like we did with Napster and
I mean, that's happening.
all that.
That's
happening.
I feel
there
like way too many streaming platforms. I'm gonna find a way, please.
Yo, find a way. It's already there. Yo, hit me up, man. We're gonna go back.
All right.
We're gonna fly the Jolly Roger. We're gonna go back to this digital earth. It's never gone away. It's always there.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the mentality now. The difference is the Zoomers, and they don't know what to do with that. That's not a thing. We're like, sure, we're going back to pirating. Why not? That's our thing. But, hey, that's my final thought on that. Oh, and my other final thought from earlier: get outside your echo box. Get outside of your normal comfort zone.
Yeah.
And take a look at some other people's situations and livings and
your own thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely do that. See what it's at, man. Because you know what though? Overall, the whole rule is you can't effectively.
Social worker.
What happened?
What?
I said, you know what that sounds like? A social worker.
Sure.
It is. We got to get outside of ourselves to understand people because we help people of all nationalities.
Yeah, I've done that work.
Everything, points of view, everything.
No, gotta get outside yourself, man. Because you know what? Even if it's the goal of challenging other people, you can't properly challenge someone else without understanding their perspective.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You can't. So that's where I'm at right now. That's my final thought. Get outside yourself. There it is. Have an out-of-body experience, at least academically.
Elise, any final thoughts?
My last final thought is to continue to stay on top of what's going on, because I for one do not want to be like my parents where I am so behind in what's happening that I think that my email can only be accessed from one computer. I just on top of understanding the other side, other opinion, or as much as I love our generation, because we are on both sides of that, because we it's very easy for us to dip toward the them Asian boys.
Them Asian boys.
And I feel like we should do better and work on, releasing some of those boundaries. In certain cases, I'm not saying go buck wild, but at the same time, I just move along with the tide, so.
All right. We can try to do that.
Real.
You know what though? There's some people in our age group already is like, what's up with this TikTok? I can't get down with the TikTok.
Right.
And I feel like, y'all sound old. The problem is this though. When I said that, they're like, I am old. That's the response I've been getting. I'm like, oh, y'all are lost now. Y'all just.
Yeah, we could talk about how I feel about that later.
Okay, but that's the start. That's the beginning.
We'll be here forever. Okay.
All right, now we're gonna go. All right, go ahead.
All right.
The beginning. We're getting old.
Well,
I refuse to put myself in that mindset. I can't.
I don't have a lot to say, but I will say that I am blessed because my mom is pretty with the times. So she kind of knows what's going on and what to do for the most part. I might help her here and there with that, but I want to make sure that I'm that way as well. And I don't really have a lot to say. We're the coolest. Senior millennials are the coolest. That's just it.
It is. Right. Remember ordering music from BMG in Columbia House. Buy one CD, get 12 for a penny. That's right. I did that.
Every weekend at Blockbuster.
There's only one Blockbuster left.
Out movies.
There's one Blockbuster left, and you can rent it out on Airbnb.
Going
up, you can?
Yes. Yes, there's one Blockbuster left in the whole country. You can rent it out for Airbnb. The store looks the same, but they have one section that's like a big screen with all this real laid out super lounge seating for you to sleep on.
Can you watch whatever movie you want?
All the ones in Blockbuster. Whatever's in the store.
Brandon? Where is it located?
I want to say Oregon. I think it's whatever it is.
I'll
double check.
If the movie theaters don't open back up, I'm gonna be so sad.
Why?
Because I enjoy going to a movie. I enjoy leaving my apartment
and spending $40 on popcorn.
I don't spend $40. It's just me. I just go get my little popcorn.
My big ass purse.
That's why she buying the small popcorn for $18.
I don't spend $18, but yeah, I like going. I like the atmosphere. I like being away from home where there's no distractions for me. I like the experience of going to a movie.
You can still go to drive-ins. Drive-ins are still a thing right now.
They definitely came back with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Drive-ins are kind of sucky when you're alone. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's the same.
Wait, pause. So you'll go to the theater alone, but not the drive-in?
I didn't say I wouldn't go. I said it's a different feeling. It's a different vibe. When you're in your car by yourself watching a movie, you're kind of uncomfortable. It's not the same feel to me.
Okay.
I enjoy
agree with that.
Experience.
I
like the experience of being at a movie theater. In the car, your legs are cramped up. You're by yourself. You're looking over. Nobody's gonna be like, "Ha, look at this." It's kind of weird to me in the car as opposed to being in the theater.
Okay.
So you're not the only one who feels this way.
I'm speaking as like going as a single woman, just going to a movie.
Got you. And a lot of the theater industry feels the same way. The new trends with streaming plus the pandemic, they're really upset with the fact that a lot of movie theaters are now considering just going straight to streaming versus and bypassing the theater experience. So it's very possible that our generation may be the last one for movie theaters.
I hate that. I hate the idea of that.
I am on the fence.
Well, I
I
think that what will end up happening is the same thing that's happening for drive-ins, where there'll be a few that will still do movies, and they'll probably be maybe a little bit more expensive, even more than they are now, just because depending on what they show.
It's going to be a novelty now. It's going
Right.
to be a specialty thing. It'll be so common. I got you.
Right.
Because, you
Yeah,
know,
because,
the
like,
one
you
thing
know,
they need is to be more expensive.
You think of a kid, like, you know, we used to get out the house and go to a movie as a family. You know, like, it's just date night. It's a good date night thing to do. Like,
So is Netflix and
I
chill.
was in 6th
Shut
grade
up,
for my
Renee.
12th birthday, and I went to go see Titanic because I was so excited to see Titanic in theaters, and my parents let me invite 5 other friends, and it was a birthday experience.
Yeah, so for me, my dad was huge on movies and TV, so we went every Friday.
Right.
For years. And it didn't even matter if it was a good movie or not. We went every Friday and we picked the movie, whether it was a good one coming out or not. But what I like is what they started doing where you can rent out theaters to watch classics.
I do like the idea of that.
that.
I do like the idea of that. That's pretty cool.
I want to rent out a theater and watch what I pick.
Sometimes I want to swing by there, watch a movie, and go home and go to bed or whatever. Like, I don't know.
So, to answer your earlier question, because I looked it up, the last surviving Blockbuster is in a town called Bend in Oregon, which I thought, well, yeah, you can go ahead and have a sleepover at the world's only surviving Blockbuster store in the world.
Interesting.
So you can go in there and you can pick your Terminator 2s and, you know, your Rocky or whatever else you're going to watch, Jurassic Park. And you can Airbnb Blockbuster in Oregon.
Ooh.
So no one knows, our generation doesn't know about next generation know about the whole getting fined for not rewinding your tape. Hey, Elise, quick little thing. Somebody else remember this. Granddad had a separate machine just for rewinding tapes.
Yeah, absolutely. We had one too.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I remember when ours broke and we had to go to Radio Shack to get another one.
Look at that. Another oldie store there, Radio Shack. Remember the commercial? That was like the hot spot to buy gifts for dad.
Yeah.
Was that Radio Shack? Christmas, go to Radio Shack for dad. He'll love it.
For dad.
Radio Shack and Home Depot.
Hey, man, that was the thing. So that's where we're at. All right. So if you're in Oregon, you're probably not listening to this show, but if you are, go ahead and rent yourself a Blockbuster.
So to close us out,
keep movie theaters alive.
For Sherelle, I don't like paying $40 for popcorn.
Name one store other than Radio Shack that we used to shop at when we were young that no longer exists.
Circuit City.
Kmart with the food court that has Little Caesars Pizza.
Kaufman's.
Icy's.
Heinz. Hills.
Hills.
Ames.
Hills.
Montgomery Ward.
Ooh, fancy. Pier 1 Exports just went out of business, too.
Going
Bond.
out of business.
How about this one? Do y'all remember?
Going out of business.
No, they're
It
not.
is.
No, they're not.
Oh,
They
they're
got
well.
bought out by they got bought out by another company.
Who,
But they're
IKEA?
gonna remain J.C. Penney's. They
New
have
York and Company is going.
How about this? How about KB Toys? Remember KB Toys?
KB
remember Toys R Us.
Well, yeah, but wait, Toys R Us is still online. KB Toys is gone.
You can't go to the store like everybody remembers the jingle. What's the jingle?
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Exactly.
Playing Toys R Us I can play with.
Right. And
There's something in video games.
What our parents give us every year, the Toys R Us catalog. And we have to pick out our toys. But our
want to be a Toys R Us kid.
Exactly. My parents used to bring home the Toys R Us catalog and said,
and tell you, hey, pick out what you want. You have to circle and all shit. And they were like,
do it so Santa could bring it.
You ain't getting all this. Right. And then, yeah, I remember that. I got you. But KB Toys is gone. They're gone. Toys R Us is at least online. KB is gone. Yo.
Payless.
Remember Kids R Us? That was a damn
Payless
store.
Payless. Payless is still around. It's just that they downsized a lot of their locations. Payless is now online now for most people who can't get to one that's far out.
See, they're live and they're going online, but some of them are just gone.
Shit.
They're gone.
For them cheap ass shoes.
Yeah.
Just because I needed a pair of kick around shoes that I didn't want to ruin my good shoes.
Some kids. Where is Keds at? Well, let's see what about some Keds.
I'm just asking a question. I just need an answer. Who's paying shipping for them cheap ass shoes?
The elder.
Shipping's free.
Because I'm sorry, but
I can't.
Payless shoes work just fine for me. So
I'm not saying that they're not. I'm also not going to buy. I used to buy the ones that look like Tim's. I used to buy those ones to play.
The Colorados or Mountaineers?
I hate
whatever,
you so much.
to play outside in the snowing because I'm not messing up my Tim's that I just
get them duck boots. Remember them duck boots? Every kid had them duck boots.
No, okay. I usually, whenever it comes to Payless, I usually get my heels and my flats from them. I don't get tennis shoes from them ever.
Well, heels and flats, I mean, I buy those anywhere. But
man,
Forever 21, I buy them at. I mean,
that's about to be gone.
It'll be
on. They were gone, and then they came back, and then I
don't like Forever 21 because they only have like 3 plus size stores. All the other stores are for people who are under like size 10 down, and all of their
quality of plus size clothes that they have there are whack. Like the quality of plus size clothes they have at Forever 21 is
trash.
Can't relate.
Whatever, big and tall.
Yeah, so you know what? I think y'all understand something because I don't get it. Those stores that are titled big and tall should be just called big. They don't have shit for tall people. I'm gonna tell you what happens.
We don't need to get it. We have our own separate list of.
I understand that, but I can kind of relate. I'm 6'4", and they stop the shit at a certain height, and they just get fatter. Like they just go wide
like this, but it ain't going like this.
Exactly. For real. Here's what ends up happening, right? Because my inseam is at a minimum of 34 inches, right? And what happens, they'll go to 32 and stop and then just get wider. Like that. We're talking about 50-inch waist, like big Dr. Robotnik Sherman Clump, big ass pants, huge, but they won't go any taller. Yeah,
And
so that's cool.
then
I go online.
with my husband who is short and he has love handles. So it's like his is like he can't find anything.
He can get a belt. Listen, I can't find
No,
nothing
like
long enough.
what I'm saying is like this much pant is left at the bottom.
Oh,
This much
okay.
pants.
See,
And
he
it's
can get
like
that
hanging,
tailored.
dragging on the ground. This
All
much
right,
pants is hanging.
he
So
can
he
get
gotta
that
go.
tailored.
That's
I
so
can't
nice.
find shit long enough.
And his is too long.
That's fine. They can cut that off. That's fine.
You gotta get hemmed. Well, how about we cut off his and we'll send it to you to get added.
Yeah, that don't look right. That don't look like piecing clothes together. Horrible.
All right, y'all. I'm going to
Shirtless.
bed because I'm
But
All right,
tired.
we gotta go. We gotta go.
Mr.
We can talk
Funny
about this forever.
Perspective, we want to thank Elise for joining us. We have Alicia. We have B Mike. And I'm Real Unique. We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Holla.